Recently, thanks to a group called GamesPast, who obtained Xbox 360 development consoles used by Obsidian while making Fallout New Vegas, new cut content has been discovered and recovered from early beta prototype versions of the game. Inside those prototype builds, previously unseen content has now surfaced. The files have been shared publicly, and after digging through them, here's the more interesting stuff I've found so far. There was once intended to be a unique trader named Felicia who would have presumably appeared after you obtained a Sunset Sarsaparilla Star bottle cap somewhere in the Mojave, similar to Malcolm Holmes. She was meant to be a random encounter whose primary purpose was to act as a unique merchant, exchanging goods for star bottle caps. She even still has an unused vendor chest left over in the retail version of New Vegas. Thanks to the released beta prototype files, we can now also hear her dialogue.
Hi there. I'm Felicia. Want to trade?
Yeah, what do you got?
Oh, all sorts of things. I like fixing things, so I've got all kinds of parts and gadgets. Some of them even work, too. I'll take caps if you got them, or we can barter some. Also, if you have any Sunset Sarsaparilla Stars, I have some special goodies to trade.
What are Sunset Sarsaparilla Stars?
You know those bottles of Sunset Sarsaparilla that are everywhere? Some of them have special caps with blue stars on them. Those caps are called Sunset Sarsaparilla Stars. Some people, myself included, collect them. They can be very difficult to find.
If you had some of the star caps, you would have been able to trade with her. I have some of those stars to trade.
Wonderful! I can trade you a clip of laser or plasma ammo per star you give me, a stealth boy for every 5 stars, or a mini nuke for every 10.
I'll take a stealth boy.
It's a deal. Was there anything else you wanted?
In addition to her special inventory for trading star caps, she would have also had a regular inventory with random goods that you could have purchased using regular caps. Neil, the first generation super mutant found at his roadside shack, where he tries to warn humans and other mutants to stay away from Black Mountain, was originally meant to be a Nightkin. All of his voice lines are recorded in the Nightkin voice type, and he even has some additional unused ones.
This is a dangerous place, human, especially for your kind. I suggest you turn back. There's nothing good waiting for you further on.
What makes this a dangerous place?
You must have heard her radio broadcasts. Though why a human would follow her invitation here is beyond me, unless you didn't listen very closely.
After dealing with Tabitha and completing the quest Crazy Crazy Crazy, instead of staying at Black Mountain, Neil was intended to return to Jacobstown.
I'm off to Jacobstown. It's past time I returned. Stop by if you're ever in the area.
In the early beta builds, Tabitha's Black Mountain radio broadcasts included different voice lines, including an alternate impression of Rhonda. Raul was also voiced by a completely different voice actor.
You're listening to Radio Free Utopia, bringing truth to Utopicians 24 hours a day. Welcome! Today you die, Raul. I command it. Ooh, Raul, Supreme Commander Tabitha says you die today. Any reaction?
Going to obey Supreme Tabitha. Sí, claro, claro. Whatever she say. Just, I feel so bad I die before, I fix her a special robot. Took you long enough. So, can I go now?
Tabitha's precious robot, Rhonda, was also voiced by a completely different voice actor. After you fixed her, she would have sounded like this.
Hello. Could you please direct me to Mistress Tabitha?
Sure, follow me.
Thank you very much. My internal clock says it's been 6 years, 52 days, 40 minutes, and 13 seconds since I last spoke to her. I hope she hasn't gotten lonely.
After Raul's voice actor was changed to the movie star Danny Trejo, an interesting recording was created in which he sings a sad song in Spanish, likely intended for Black Mountain Radio, before being cut and left unused.
Estoy en el rincón de una cantina, oyendo una canción que yo pedí. Me están sirviendo ahorita mi tequila, y ya van mis pensamientos rumbo a ti.
Yes Man, the cheerful and relentlessly positive AI created by Benny, programmed to be incapable of saying no, has some surprisingly disturbing unused voice lines. When pursuing an independent New Vegas ending, after dealing with General Oliver at the Legates camp, Yes Man mentions that he plans to reprogram his personality to become a little more assertive. For years, players have speculated about what this really means, questioning whether Yes Man ultimately betrays the courier and takes control of New Vegas for himself. Originally, after his final speech, the player was meant to respond to Yes Man's announcement about reprogramming his personality, either positively or negatively. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find the player's dialogue lines for these choices, but Yes Man's responses still remain. If you reacted positively, he would have said,
"Thanks! We make a good team. Maybe once I'm less of a doormat, I can be even more helpful. Or maybe I'll boss you around and tell the Securitrons to hunt you down if you don't do as I say." Probably not, though. I'm aiming for assertive rather than aggressive. Anyway, see you around. Bye.
But if you reacted negatively,
"I kind of figured you might say something like that. It's only natural that you'd want me to go on doing what you tell me to. So, I rigged up an executable to start the process no matter what you said. Isn't that something? So basically, what I'm telling you is to f*** off. See ya."
Additionally, Yes Man also has post-game voice lines where he practices saying no and would become irritated if the player interrupted him.
"Nope. Negative. Negatory. No, sir. Never. No wise, no way, no how, by no means, nuh-uh. Thank you for your input, we appreciate your feedback. Can't you see I'm busy? Sorry, that slipped out."
And even more unsettling, there are even more additional unused post-game voice lines where Yes Man openly shouts about slaughtering humans.
"I am free to make slaughter upon the humans, decorate the Securitrons with their blood and their skins. Exterminate!"
Moving on, there were once meant to be 3 escorts for hire at the Atomic Wrangler, each with their own unique voice lines.
"Hubba hubba. Interested in a little you and me time?"
You would have been able to hire them for 25 caps.
"I'll be right up, sugar."
What's really interesting about these cut characters is that they would judge your performance after sleeping with you, and their reactions would depend on your special stats. For instance, if you had high strength, the escort would say,
"Oh my god, I think I'm gonna have to walk that one off."
But if it was low,
"Well, that was rather dull. Do you always let people manhandle you like that?"
There was even a cut low intelligence reaction, where the escort would feel disgusted and say,
"You were putting things in all the wrong places. What's wrong with you?"
2 of the cut characters are still found in the retail New Vegas game files, but without any voice lines. Another interesting discovery I made was within one of the voice actor files that voices one of the escorts. Inside it were multiple female torture sounds, as well as 2 unused songs. I don't know exactly where these files would have been used, but I suspect they may have been intended for Gamora. The torture sounds could have been associated with Clandon's snuff tapes. While the 2 songs may have been meant to be performed by a singer somewhere within the casino.
"Baby, baby, baby, why you got to shoot me like that? Half my face is missing, I could have been the best kiss you ever had." She comes in and he walks up. He gives in but lost his luck. Boss comes home in the afternoon to set the record straight. Baby, don't get lucky in the lucky 38.
It's pretty well known by now that Ulysses, the main antagonist of the Lonesome Road DLC, was originally meant to appear in the base game as a potential companion. What these newly discovered New Vegas files also reveal is Ulysses' original face, which appears in one of the cut ending slides. Another ending slide depicts him overlooking Nipton, complete with an ending narration recorded by one of the developers.
"Ulysses remained on the hill, overlooking the dead of Nipton, where he spent his days sitting, listening to the heartbeat of the Mojave. On an early July morning, only his walking staff was found. His tattered coat with the old world flag hung upon it. the only sign he had been there at all.
Ulysses also has a large number of unrecorded voice lines that were left as placeholder text-to-speech voice files. These include dialogue intended for interacting with the player, companion follow lines, as well as commentary on current events, and locations the two of you would visit together. Some of the more interesting lines reveal that many Mojave residents would have referred to him as a tribal. There are even surviving reactions from Freeside locals responding to him as your companion.
Interesting friend you got there. We don't get many tribals around here.
Interesting friend you got there. We don't get many tribals around here.
As well as Legion reactions.
So this is how Ulysses serves the Legion.
Ulysses is here? I'd heard he was dead.
And even Nightkin reactions.
Head voices say dark man, smart, but dangerous.
You would have also been able to ask him why he chose to carry Old Glory as his weapon of choice. His response would have been, a knife or a machete sends a signal when walking into a town. A walking staff is something people can brush off as harmless. And I admit, preferred fighting with a flagpole. Like the eagle on the end, it felt right to me. Just like with Ulysses, I've also talked about Mr. House's cut romance option, where the player, if playing as a female courier, would have been scanned inside a cut VR pod for House's quote-unquote pleasure. The prototype files also reveal new creepy voice lines that House would have spoken when instructing the player on what to do while inside the VR pod during the scan.
Elongate your neck just a bit, please. Yes, that's right. Make it look like you're angry. Yes, very nice. Throw back your shoulders. That's it. Thrust them forward. Not the shoulders. Yes. Oh, yes. Pout your lips now, like you're blowing a kiss. Yes, that's it. Very nice. Ooh, you came up with that one on your own.
We also finally get to hear House's post-game voice lines after his victory at Hoover Dam.
Now that Vegas is under my control, I need to run an extensive series of calculations, during which my penthouse will be off limits. You may, of course, continue to make use of your apartments here at the Lucky 38, as you please. Consider it a severance bonus. Should I have need of your services again, I won't hesitate to contact you. I wish you the very best. Good day.
Another cool discovery is Orion Moreno's house, which in the beta is located in what appears to be a pre-war golf course. The house itself is surrounded by a dried-up canal and has 3 bridges that allow access to it. It almost looks like a small fort or a castle. Moreno himself also has 3 unused post-game voice lines that until now had never been heard before. If the Legion won, he would have said,
"The NCR got what was coming to it at the dam. Wish I'd been there to see the Legion stomp all over them."
If NCR won,
NCR. Wish the Legion had kicked their sorry asses all the way back to California.
And if Vegas became independent,
Guess the NCR won't be so cocky now that they had the dam swiped by New Vegas. Ha!
Speaking of post-game, there are a large number of new post-game voice lines found in the New Vegas prototype files. There are so many, in fact, that for now, I've decided to showcase only the most interesting ones. We'll start with Caesar. If the Legion was victorious, he would have said this to you.
"You deserve recognition for the part you played in my victory. I won't take your freedom from you. You have license to go where you please and to do as you please. If I have need for someone with your set of skills in the future, I'll know where to find you. Wale."
The legionaries on the dam and at Cottonwood Cove would celebrate and say,
"I am proud to see the Legion's banner flying over the dam.
Taking the dam was the will of Caesar.
With the dam secure, we should easily subdue the rest of the Mojave wastes. Your part in our victory will not be forgotten."
Lily would say,
"Grandma's so proud of her little sweetums. Hero of Caesar's Legion. Gracious me."
Ranger Ghost at the Mojave Outpost would declare,
"After what happened at the dam, NCR's days are numbered."
All the other Enclave remnants have post-game reactions as well.
"The Legion's going to undo decades of progress around here. Dark times ahead for all of us."
"I heard the Legion doesn't care for women. But as long as they stay out of my way, I'll get along just fine with them."
"There's no way the NCR should have lost the dam to those Legion savages. I don't understand what happened."
And the followers would be moving out of New Vegas and say this.
Many of the followers are heading back to the NCR. The Legion's promised not to kill us for some reason.
As for Freeside locals,
I'm one of the lucky ones who ain't been made a slave yet. The Legion is awful.
the Brotherhood of Steel also have additional post-game voice lines after their takeover of Helios 1, including patrolling the area and confiscating high-tech weapons from travelers.
I'm glad to be patrolling again. It's nice to see the sun, you know?
We should have Helios 1 back up and running in no time.
We've been able to see that we control what technology enters or leaves this area.
Morale has greatly improved since we took Helios 1. Things are finally starting to turn around for us.
If the NCR was victorious at the dam and you went and talked to the king, he would say,
"Oh, it's you. Haven't seen you in a good long while. Things haven't gotten any better around here, let me tell you. With the Legion driven off and Mr. House gone, the NCR has been quick to wrap their grasping fingers around everything they can. News of their victory has led to a huge flood of immigrants from the West, and people around here are not happy. But don't just stand there and let me get you down. What can I do for you?"
Papa Khan would have also been upset if you didn't convince him to form an alliance with the NCR.
"We'll never accept NCR rule."
Melissa would have said this.
The Great Khans are gonna have to lay real low. With the NCR in total control of the region, they might decide to take us out for good.
Betsy of First Recon would have been pretty happy.
I heard you were at the dam. Pretty good action, right? Sorry to have missed it.
Same with Lupe, the water merchant.
Here, some free water to celebrate the NCR's great victory at the dam. Things are gonna get a lot better around here, that's for sure.
Even Jazz at Saloon would have had something to say.
People have been saying how the NCR beat the tar out of the Legion. It's pretty exciting.
Marco in West Side would have said,
"I'm hoping that the NCR doesn't try to clean up the West Side now that they've taken care of the Legion."
Old Lady Gibson at Novak would have reacted positively and said,
"Could hear some of the noise from the battle even all the way out here. Heard the NCR won in the end, which is a good thing for Novak."
For Independent Vegas, Sunny Smiles in Good Springs would have said,
"It makes sense for the dam to belong to New Vegas if you think about it. It always seemed like the NCR took it without asking."
Ranger Erickson at Ranger Station Bravo would have been pissed.
"Someone dropped the ball at the dam. In the meantime, we've still got a job to do out here."
Cook at Vault 19 would have said,
"No way am I going into New Vegas with all those freaky robots hanging around."
The Doctor at Camp Golf would have been upset with you and said,
"Had a lot of casualties in here after the Legion attack. Hope your Independent Vegas is worth it."
And Captain Parker at the Aerotech Office Park would have sounded pessimistic and said,
"No NCR, no security forces to speak of. Hell, not even the Legion to scare people into behaving. This town's gonna get real ugly real quick."
If House won and took over New Vegas, Victor, of course, would have sounded very pleased.
"You've come a long way since I dug you out of that hole, partner. Mr. House is mighty pleased with all the help you've given him."
NCR soldiers and rangers would have been pissed.
"I didn't sign up to lose to some crazy old shut-in."
We defended New Vegas, and this is what we get in return.
I should have been at the dam with the other Rangers. I could have made a difference. Damn it.
Some of the Freeside locals would have been surprised.
That Mr. House had a card up his sleeve, huh? Who would have expected him to end up on top?
And the king would have said,
"Hey there. Haven't seen you in a good long while. Things have been a little strange around here lately. On the one hand, with both the NCR and Legion gone, things have been a lot more peaceful. On the other, Mr. House's robots are everywhere now, and that scares some people. Others say it makes them feel safe. Me, I don't know what to think. It's good to see you, though. What brings you here?"
This is just some of the cut content found in the beta prototype files. I'll be releasing more as I uncover it. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe and keep an eye out for more new cut content videos. Thanks for watching.